Alright, boys and girls, today's lesson is lesson 2-17. Use the shortcut method for 3-digit by 1-digit. It should be pretty easy for most of you. But before we get there, we're going to kind of go through a few pages to kind of freshen up your memory with different methods of multiplication. So everyone turn to page 79 in your activity book. And it says, compare methods of multiplication. Look at the drawing and the 5 numerical solutions for 4 times 2,237. 5 numerical solution means 5 different methods. Okay? Method A is very similar to just making the boxes but rewriting it out. You're using your expanded notation here, and in method B you're using expanded notation there. And here you're writing out each like you would inside your box. Each box, each of these boxes, and then writing the answers, the partial products of each, then adding them. Here you're not writing it out, you're just kind of doing it in your head. You're just kind of saying 2,000 times 4 equals 8,000, and you're lining them up correctly and adding them at the end. Here you're doing something a little bit different. Some of you do this already. You're not writing the expanded notation. See, what you're doing here is you're just multiplying it. You're saying 2,000 times 4 is 8,000. You're saying 200 times 4 is 800. You're saying 30 times 4 is 120. And 7 times 4 is 28. Then you're adding them. See, I like this lesson because it shows all these different methods that you could do. Here, it's very similar to method C, except you're starting at the other side. You're starting with the ones, which is 28, 4 times 7. And then you're going to 30 times 4, which is 120. So you're going down the same way as you did in method C, except you're doing the opposite, where you're starting with the smaller numbers first. The method E and F are both the shortcut method. This is a group of, or this is a carry above, and this one's carry below. As you can tell, you're doing 7 times 4 is 28. You're carrying the 2 up. Here you're doing 7 times 4 is 28. You're putting the 2 down. So either way, so I'll let you fill out these pages sometime maybe after the lesson's done, but this lesson has a lot of workbook pages in it, so I kind of want to get through as many as we can. So don't worry about filling these out just yet. Do these on some time you have independent work to do it. Okay, turn the page. Okay, so it says look at the breakdown of the solution steps for method E and F. Method E and F, like I said, are it's carry above and carry below. So in step 1, it says describe what happens in step 1. Step 1 is what it's doing is just you're taking 7 times 4 equals 28. So it equals 8 ones and 2 tens. Next one, step 2, you're taking 3 times 4 is 12, then you're adding the 2 extra tens that you had on from the last one to give yourself 14. So you're going to carry the 4 tens and you're going to put down the 4 tens and you're going to carry the 100 that you have. Okay, next step, you do 2 times 4, which is 8. You add that 1 that you carried over to equal 9. And then the last step, you just do 2 times 4. There's nothing really to add to it that carried over because the one before it was less than 10. So 2 times 4 is 8, and it gives you the number 8,948. Here, same exact thing, but you're carrying below. Okay, you're putting the 2 and the 1 and 2, you're putting it all down below. I don't care which way you do it. I prefer putting it up top just because I've been doing it since I was little. Okay, so that's what we did in all these steps, and this is another page I want you to work on your own sometime. Next page. Hopefully we get into a little bit of work here. Okay, round and estimate with thousands and hundreds. Yesterday we worked in a group that I had some kids say, "Man, this answer does not seem like it's right." I said, "Well, you know what? Go back and estimate the original answer and then see if it's close." And they were like 8 off is all. It was like 4,108, and the answer is 4,100. So if you estimate before you do any problem, if you give yourself some sort of an idea of what the answer should be, then when you get the answer, you'll be like, "Yep, I feel good about it." Okay, so you can use what you know about rounding and multiplication with thousands to estimate the product of 4 times 3,692. First, round 3,692 up to 4,000. So you find the product if you round up to 4 times 4,000. Easy. 16 with 3 zeros on it. you can always round down and know that it's 4 times 3 is 12,000. I mean, 3,692 is closer to 4,000, but this at least tells you that the answer should be in the middle of these two. So, number 10 says which one of the two estimates will be closer to the exact solution. Well, hopefully you know it's going to be closer to 16,000 because 3,692 is the number that you would round up. So your answer will be closer to that. I'll put that in there for you. So calculate the actual solution. So this is where you would use many different types of methods here, but because we're doing the shortcut method today, and that's kind of what our lesson is about, I'm going to do 3,692 times 4. I'm going to take my 2 times 4 to give me 8. I'm going to take my 9 times 4 to give me 36. Put the 6 down, I'm going to carry the 3 above. Then I do 6 times 4, which is 24, but then I add my 3, which is 27. Put down my 7, carry my 2. I'm going to go 3 times 4, which is 12. Add my 2 onto it, which is 13, 14. Gives me 14,768. So, I'm going to push this on the side here, 14,768. I'll write that in the box here. And then explain why neither estimate is very close to the actual solution. Well, I'm going to do that for you here. The reason why neither of them are really close, because you're at 14,768, you are 2,768 away from 12,000, and you are 1,232 away from 16,000. And the reason why you aren't very close is because, for one, you rounded to the nearest thousand, which is fine. It's okay to do that. But you were at 692. You were a ways away from 1,000, and you were 692 away from a 0, meaning 3,000. So naturally, because you're round to the 1,000, and because you're not even close to 3,000 or 4,000, your answer is going to be off. But at least you have the same amount of digits. You have 5 digits, and you started in the 10,000s, and you're not over 16,000 and not under 12,000. So at least you're in the middle. That's good. All right. So number 13. What would be the estimate if you added 4 times 600 to 4 times 3,000? Well, it's kind of easy here, because what you would do is you would say 4 times 600 is 2,400, and 4 times 3,000 would be 12,000. Okay, you add them all together, you give yourself 0, 0, 4, 4, 1. So 14,400. So what would be the estimate if you added 4 times 700 to 4 times 3,000? Let's see. Let's bump it up a little. So we have 2,800 plus 12,000. That'll give me 14,800. So estimate 4 times 7,821 by rounding 7,821 to the nearest thousand. Well, it would be 4 times, if I'm going to round this to the nearest thousand, it's going to be 4 times 8,000, which gives me 32,000. And now I want you to find the actual product. Okay, remember, we rounded to 8,000, so we weren't that far off from 7,821. We're actually pretty close. So our answer should be pretty close to 32,000. So I'm going to do the shortcut method right here on the side of the paper. I'm going to multiply it by 4. Like 1 times 4 is 4. 2 times 4 is 8. 8 times 4 is 32. Put the 2 down, carry the 3. 7 times 4 is 28. Plus the 3 I have up there is 31. So it's 31,284. Yeah, you're like 716 off. So it's not bad. It's not bad. So what is a better estimate we could have done for our work here? Well, here's the trick. You could do 4 times 7,000, because that's the 1,000 there sitting there. And then what you could do is you could do, which equals 28,000, and then you could take 4 times 800, which would equal 3,200, because this way our numbers can be really close, because we're just rounding down 21 numbers. So It gives me 28,000 plus 3,200, 0, 0, 2, 1, 31,200. Now look at, we're only 84 off. So that's another way to really stretch out your estimating and to get it a little bit closer. So I want you to work on 1819 on your own when you get a chance. And then the end, I want you to work on the next page, page 82, I think, in your, yes, page 82. What I want you to do is I want you to work on these. It says solve and then estimate to check if your answer is reasonable. So I want you to, you can either estimate first or estimate after. I don't really care, but I want you to get all the correct answers on these. Okay? Then find out what Puzzled Penguin might have done wrong here, because he looks pretty confused. So we'll work on this more in small group too, but work on the workbook pages.